right, we are starting the next round here. And so far, I've put a brown base coat on. They were primed black. And then I used some Xandri Dust base color on the chest to highlight his scales. And my plan next is to, he's got these little fangs right here in his claws, and then these between the little pus or poison sacs. Those are actually supposed to be little claws too, or at least that's what it shows in the picture of these guys. So I think I may try to do the claws and the fangs and these things in this Ushabti bone color to make them stand out a little bit more. So what I'm thinking that I'm gonna do is I had bought a really fine brush here. It's like a 10/0 spotter. I mean, it's real tiny. Maybe it's too small, I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. At least I will try to do these and these. I may switch to a slightly different one, a slightly bigger one for these. I'm not sure, but well, let's get started and see how it goes. Yeah, that is real tiny. All right. Okay, it's not bad. I'll stick on this side and do his fang. So one thing that I have noticed that seems important, especially on these fine, smaller pieces, the finer details, is that the lines between colors need to be very precise. Nice, clean, straight lines. Otherwise it looks kind of sloppy. And yeah, so it's like this isn't the best line going around here. Try to straighten it out a little bit. Okay, not bad. Yeah, and taking a little bit of time just to straighten those lines seems to make quite a significant difference in how it looks. And again, not a teaching video. I'm brand new to this stuff. Just observations. Okay, I can live with that. These fang things up here are kind of weird, just because there's not, I don't know, they just, had I not seen that they were, oh crap, see, I went just a little too far and made that line Not quite right. Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed that they were more of a fang type of thing unless I looked at the actual artwork of these guys. But now that I'm putting some color on here, I think it'll make it look pretty cool. Oh, I got some paint on there. Man, this requires a delicate touch. Wow. My hands feel a little shaky this morning. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, and I think because this brush is so small, I'll save those claws. Okay, so put that guy aside. Let's finish up these other two. And then we'll switch to those bigger claws there. Cool. Another observation that I have is when trying to get a precise line, is that you really have to be careful about how much pressure you're applying to the brush, because it can fan out pretty quickly and extend the color beyond where you were intending it to go. And it also seems to kind of work better to like really almost flirt with the line. You know, like start back further and then start to inch up really slowly. Because once you make that mistake of getting it too far, that stinks. Okay. Cool. Oh, shoot, I got a little tap. Not a hobby for people in a rush. No doubt about it. You know, okay, so here's another thing I observe, especially on this smaller brush here, is that it seems to kind of dry and get a little chunky or something. And seems if I kind of wipe it off on a paper towel, like I'll see kind of some chunks come off, and then it looks good again. You know, I don't know if that's normal. Also, I feel like, you know, is it a good idea too to actually rinse it off? Kind of clean it a little bit. So I just tried it. I mean, the brush is in way better shape now, so I don't know. I don't know if that's smart, or if it doesn't matter, or if it's overkill, or what. Got a lot on the brush there, so I'm just gonna get some off on this and then move back up. I'm shaking. Not bad. I'm really curious too, you know, just on some of the areas that I feel like don't look just super, super crisp and clean. How much of that will be like that kind of? How much of it will be cleaned up by doing, you know, the shading, the wash, and some dry brushing? Because I haven't done that yet, so I have no idea what's going to happen. Okay. All right, one last little head fang thing, and then we'll switch to the bigger arm claw things that he's got. Probably should have cleaned these up a little bit. There's definitely some of these mold lines on there that I didn't bother with. But that's okay. They are already looking a million times cooler than just with standard gray plastic. Okay, so I'm cleaning my brush, drying it off a tad, and we'll switch to a slightly bigger brush. Okay, which is this one here. So let's start with our first one. Get some paint on there, and let's see how this goes. Well, it's kind of tricky because I don't know where I should make the connection to his body. You know, where does this kind of bone color stop? suppose if we just have a nice fine line, it should look pretty decent. How's that? It's not bad. I think I'm okay with that. Cool. So far, I'm glad I went with the bigger brush. Just holds a lot more paint for more surface here. It's kind of tricky to get it all in there without hitting other parts of his body. Okay, so I am digging it. I like the lighter color. So now we got 3 shades on there. And it just brings some better focus to, wow, this is really cool. I am digging this. And I can't believe that, you know, that it's already looking this much cooler. And it really hasn't been that hard. Get a nice even line there. There we go. Okay, liking it. And got a little bit further up the arm than I wanted to, but I think that's okay. I don't know if you can hear the kids out there, but I've got some twin boys as well, younger than my oldest. And sounds like they're not wanting each other in their rooms. Oh, grown up kids. Kids are great. Okay, so here we go. Last of the 3. And then we'll call it on the video for this stage. And I'll get the rest painted up. And then we'll move on to the next step. And trying to figure out what is the next step. They've got a lighter area on the top of their head, and they've got a reddish brown area on the lower part of their face. So I think I think I may try to do the brownish red area on the lower part of their face first. And that's kind of about their eye line. And dogs are going crazy. Just on the upper part of their eyes and then down to their mouth opening is kind of like a reddish brown area. So that's what we're going to try to get. All right, so we've got one claw left here. A lot of activity going on out there. Okay, almost there. Okay. Yeah, this arm is really rough on the plastic back there, so I couldn't get a nice even line, but I'm happy with that. They are looking pretty cool. Okay, so there we go. I've got these 3 dudes done. I'm gonna finish up the others, and then we will probably tackle the reddish brown part on their face and see how that goes. Also, one interesting thing I noticed about this Citadel paint is that 2 of the 3 cans that I've opened so far, these ones, have stayed open on their own really nicely. This one doesn't, no matter what I did. But I did find that if you just kind of stick a toothpick back there, it does the job. So I'll keep a little stock of toothpicks available. Anyway, okay, thanks for watching this part here, and we'll see you on the next.